Hey friend, long time no see. We're just gonna call this a little design diary because, yeah, I have just gotten off two major projects. Um, and I'm about to go into a third, but I had like a couple days to decompress. So I kind of just want to talk about what it looks like to switch projects when you have no time on your hands. And yeah, so if you're interested in learning more about that and how one plans for that, keep on watching. Anyway, if you're new here, my name's Amanda. I talk about things sewing, being a theater artist, crafting, and just all the creative mess that it takes to kind of be an artist in the world today. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. So background. Like I mentioned, I'm an actor, I'm a costume designer, and apparently now I can put wedding designer on that list, as well as like performance artist, because so in the secret project that I mentioned offhand in a couple of videos is that I was tasked with doing the outfit for a wedding for a very good friend of mine, and it comprised of embellishing and customizing a suit for them, as well as making a custom cape with all of these special embroidery of them. I will tell you, because I had no time to put all this stuff together between delays and just also imposter syndrome, which I can talk about in another video if you're interested. It ended up that I didn't get final photos of everything. So one day I'll be able to show those final photos once I get them from the newlyweds. As well as maybe if I have some progress photos, I'll kind of pop them up here along the screen. Overall, was an extremely like gratifying and educational process for me. I really learned the importance of planning and also maintaining timelines, which I found that I actually did okay with, and also being able to be flexible. Flexibility was very important for this process. So if you're interested in learning more about that, once I get those photos, I'm happy to do a video about that, but it might take a little bit because that wedding was literally just this weekend as I'm filming it. The next thing that I also worked on is I'm based in Cleveland, and there are a lot of things that artists can do here in Cleveland as a performer, especially in the theater community, one of the largest theater communities in the US. That's kind of an underrated thing about Cleveland. But I participated in Cleveland Public Theater's Pandemonium, which is their annual fundraiser. And the way that the fundraiser works is that there's a lot of like performances and performance art installations and wandering characters and like all of these things. So I had a small little installation where I basically had an act that I basically kind of custom tailored for the theme of the evening. And once again, if I have photos of the progress stuff that I worked on for that, I'll pop them up as well. But just know that I was too busy performing to take photos, so it just turned out that way. Yeah, so I did that. Also made a dress for the wedding, which if I have, once again, I'll pop up pictures from all of the different projects that I worked on, including some accessories that I made as well, around here somewhere. Between like just the last like 35 days of making stuff has been intense. It's been an absolutely like wonderful but also exhausting month and a half for me. So what that means is I'm also now about to costume. I'm also about to costume a production of Dracula, a Comedy of Terrors here in Cleveland. If you're interested, let me know. I'll link it down below. And which is really fun, but I also now only have 2 weeks to costume it. So I just had I'm really kind of here filming because I just had that production meeting. I was able to kind of just really solidify what I needed to do. Before I go into this evening of just like finishing all the planning, reaching out to costume houses to see if they have some rentals that I can look into. I just kind of want to show you what a month and a half of like making and drafting and assembling, what it does to your personal space, especially if you're like me, who is like a certified chaos goblin with undiagnosed ADHD. So yeah, prepare yourself, I guess. Projects does to your space in 3, 2, here we go. It is absolute chaos in here. I have, pattern pieces that I have worked on, some linings that I just kind of threw because I had less than a day to draft and make a dress for the wedding last week. Some rejected draft designs that I need to like kind of harvest to recycle that paper, scrap fabric, more scrap fabric over here, like fabric stash, and just stuff underneath me, like supplies that I needed. My makeup is still here. It is just everywhere. All right, so I needed to use my camera to show, but that's what the mess looks like right now. So I have tonight to really do a lot of computery type work. I need to reach out to some theaters about renting costumes. I need to do like an initial fabric and like item order, just because we were able to solidify like exact things we needed during this production meeting. I've worked as a costumer at this theater so many times. I do a lot of work at this theater, so I know what stuff we need to like figure out during that meeting, and we kind of mesh easily with that. So thankfully I can get a lot of stuff done this week, like before the week is even over, because I also do dinner theater and I have 5 weekends of dinner theater to do in the next like few weeks, which is also during the run of the show that I'm costuming. And this is just kind of the life of being an artist in Cleveland. If you can get work, you will not be depriving of any work. And what that also means is like, it's not work that pays well enough to just do it full time. But it's a lot of work. You do get work. So just be aware of that. Like, you will get work. It's not always like what you want, but you will get work. I promise. So I have a lot of that stuff to do today. And then once I kind of get that initial ordering of stuff and that rental stuff figured out, the plan, I'm going to figure that out all tonight. Then the plan for tomorrow is really to reorganize this room. Just honestly, just to get it back to like a base level of organized chaos that I can work with. I cannot work in this space right now. I was like, today is Wednesday. The wedding was on Saturday. I did all of this this happened between like mid-July and last weekend. And so it's just, and I've cleaned the room twice in between that time. So just for perspective on what I mean by creative mess, that is literally what happens when you make stuff, at least for me. I know that some people can be super organized and like not do all of that chaosy nonsense. I am not that person. No matter where I go, I just kind of leave a tornado behind me. So that is the plan for tomorrow. Just like while I like can't get stuff for the projects tomorrow can be really spent kind of trying to get life back together so that I can get to making again. Whether or not I physically document that, I don't know. I literally just came home from the theater to like film a little bit of a talkie portion to you, just to kind of give a quick little baby vlog about what that looks like. I think right now that like the thing that I have to focus on is like costuming. I've for the longest time have been wanting to like talk through like a video diary and document what that process looks like. So I might go through a little bit more of that tomorrow. But the focus for me really is just to actually get my life back together. 'Cause like there's so much stuff just in here and I have to figure out what to do with all of it. And, I know that I can figure out what to do with all of it. It's really just a matter of like getting it together, because this is like what like that like slump after a show, that's like the physical manifestation of it. Mine's very outward and physical. But I mean, like I said, I learned so much I learned how to work with silk fabrics. I learned sorry, I just got a text from the director about the show. Because like both of us are just like this, we'll just yap. So sometimes we just like text each other random stuff that we need to talk about. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, I learned how to work with silk. I learned that I never want to work with tulle fabric ever again. I learned machine embroidery. I learned that I can hand sew like 400 flowers in a week. I learned that people find the idea of like myth weaving really cool. I learned so much, and it's like really overwhelming. And this is like kind of what the creative process can feel like sometimes, is that you don't have time to think about what you're doing. You just like have to do. And then afterward, when you are in that middle of the slump, you're just like, I might have like done everything at all the time. So in this like manic filming that I'm doing here, that I am posting today, the challenges we're posting today, I cannot not post today, even if one person watches it. To you, this one person who like wants to figure out like the realities of messy creativity, or like just messy doing and messy working, this is for you. Yeah, so that is the mess that I'm showing you right now. I wanted to be really transparent about just how messy it can be to work on multiple projects at one time. I feel like this is also the reason I want to show it, is also because like this is a part no one wants to show people. They always want to like show this like really pristine, beautiful craft room, and nothing is like out of place. Everything has its like own little spot, and everything's like perfect. And I'm like, that is not that is not the case in any way, shape, or form. It is honestly, this my version might be a little extreme, I will admit that, but when I tell you that this is just like how it works, sometimes this is how it works. So another thing I learned, I hate power mesh as a fabric. I hate it so much. I don't know. I mean, I need to look up like tips on how to work with it, because I have so much of it for linings and things, and I just like never want to touch it. It makes me so mad just thinking about the idea of using it. There's so much I have to do, and this is so rambly, and everyone tells you not to like just throw your ramblings online, and I don't care right now. I just like want to talk about like all of that stuff. So yeah, this one was kind of a quick little yap, honestly. Like I mentioned, I have so much work I gotta get done tonight. So the goal tonight is just to clean off my desk, get my computer back set up from the like travel setup, which is just taking it places, and really buckle down and get all of the stuff I need organized so that I can do all of my ordering and stuff, because the show opens in 2 weeks. So, and I after today I realized we have to make stuff, so we're gonna figure that out. So yeah, let me know what kind of things you might inquire about in terms of coming up doing projects, and how one starts working on projects like that, especially if you're new to this and you're kind of overwhelmed like I am right now. I'm like just staring at everything around me, like I can't conceive of everything. I just know I have to like get it done. But yeah, let me know if you're interested in learning more about that. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching this quick little ramble that has no plan. It wasn't gonna have a plan, and I am at peace with that, and I hope you're at peace with that too. Until next time, bye for now.